All right, let's try that again, unmuted. So good morning and good afternoon to everyone joining the CETA University webinar today. My name is Mike Tonys, and I'm really excited to talk to you more about a lot of the work that's been going on behind the scenes over the last year regarding a kind of bringing to life an old tool, an educational resource for CETA members. You know, the board behind me talks about celebrating 30 years as an organization, and CETA University, in providing educational value to its members, has long been a commitment to CETA, where we're investing the membership dues that come in and really seeking to provide educational resources. And today we're going to revive the CETA University brand. And we're going to do that in the modern sense that we're going to walk you through how the CETA University tools are designed on the member login portion of the CETA.org website. So again, I'm really excited to share with you all today presentation and certainly a web demonstration. So I mentioned my name is Mike Tonys, and I have been volunteered and been leading the committee. So as the chairperson for the CETA University team, it's been a great pleasure to work with a fine team of folks to bring this vision to life that was shaped roughly last summer at a board meeting that was held in Reno, Nevada. And again, we were looking at the bylaws for the organization and really making sure that we were living up to the commitment that CETA is, the longstanding commitment to provide education. We felt there was an opportunity as a board to really take those reins again. And what we'll present today is a lot of hard work that has gone in. Before I jump into the presentation, would like to thank two sponsors for today's presentation and webinar. First, Hydroflex, Minnesota-based manufacturer of high-pressure tools and equipment, and then certainly American Pressure. They've graciously donated their time and their space here in Minnesota to allow for now several webinars to take place in lieu of a physical meeting that we would have had at a Power Clean show in Reno this year. So without the support of our sponsors, it's hard to do this great work for all the members attending the various sessions. And then certainly it needs to be stated again to thank all the platinum sponsors that are listed on the screen here before you. And you've heard about these folks time and again with these webinars. We have all their logos posted on the website. But without their generosity doing this work and keeping the organization really strong from a balance sheet perspective, that's tremendously difficult. So I'd like to take a moment to just call them out by name: Edoa Chemical, Delco, Karcher North America, Kohler, Mighty M, Lease Consultant Corporation, PowerJet, AR North America, Barron's, BE Pressure, as well as Hotzi Pacific. Again, we're very grateful as an organization to have your support. Oops, I went backwards somehow. And you have to bear with the technical today. I've taken the reins from our broadcast specialist who's been leading the last few so that I'm able to do a webinar for you today. So hopefully it goes off very smoothly. All right, we're kicking off CETA University today. And I did a brief intro, but just one more time to reiterate, providing educational value as well as technical support is one of the two biggest pillars of our mission at CETA. And we've, as a board, understood the need to provide our membership base with greater educational opportunities so that you all can continue to grow your businesses, keep your staff motivated, trained, and as you seek to provide a superior level of service to your customers, anything we can do as an organization to put that momentum forward from education, that is our goal and our mission. And thus CETA University was rebirthed or reborn. And we're gonna walk you through that digital educational knowledge base today on the website, and we're really excited about that program. First, I want to thank, in addition to the sponsors, I want to thank our committee members. These board members, alongside of myself, have really dedicated a lot of time and resources over the last year to make sure that we can bring this offering to light today. And they are Al Boniface from Allspray. We have Angie Thurman from Farley's, We have Cherie Sparks from RCPCE down there in San Antonio, and then we have Greg Sprunk from Superior Cleaning. This group of board members dedicates themselves on a various number of projects in addition to their the businesses they support. And it's without their work, we are in time and energy and volunteerism, we could not be here today to present. There's also a new member of our committee and team, and it's I would like to introduce Henry Hardaway to everybody. Henry joined us as our CETA University coordinator roughly 4 months ago. So we looked as a group, how do we accelerate bringing to life this educational opportunity? And we chose to invest in a resource like Henry, who's really been instrumental in organizing the content I'll show you here momentarily, and additionally just really brainstorming how to best present information to the audience, yourselves, and ultimately your staff members as we look forward. So it's great to have Henry on the team. He works tirelessly to really help advance the mission for CETA University. And again, we would not be here without Henry pulling that sled very hard for us. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to click over from the presentation to the CETA.org website and do a walkthrough from our, to show everybody the knowledge base, and then I'm going to bounce back to the website and talk about what comes next. So as you bear with me, as I click from the presentation to the website, I'm going to get a confirmation that everybody can see the web page. All right, so originally CETA University was it was digital in the form of a CD or DVD series that you could have your employees watch. As we think about the ability of technology to deliver content, we've brought to life a knowledge base through our web platform. So what I want to quick demonstrate is when you're logged in as under your membership program, and I'm going to log in today again with the gracious sponsors and host as American Pressure. From the login page, you're going to be able to now, if you do this on your computer terminal, you'll be able to see just under Technical Committee, there's a CETA University button that is available. And I'll turn the webcam off just so we're highly focused on the website. All right, so back to the CETA University button that you'll find when you're logged in as a member. You may also access once you're logged in as a member at the top banner here on the web page. So as you click on the CETA University, you'll be taken directly to the knowledge base where you can see that and I'll walk through these columns, but our goal as an organization is to get our hands around all the various content that lives in the world, whether it be manufacturer-based content or whether it be content that may help drive your business forward. Rather than we think there's value in having our membership come to this knowledge base to find a host of information from technical to how to run your business to sales platforms. That again, if the value is to help you concentrate on growing your business and we can provide this access, it's really, it's the mission of CETA to do so. So on the home page here, I think it's also worth noting in this introduction, I would also like to give a shout out to the gracious folks at Cleaner Times. Many of you have this book that you can see on the screen, the Pressure Washers Guidebook. Many of you may have that in your office and have been using that as a resource for many, many years. Across the various informational platforms that it provides. Cleaner Times has allowed CETA University or the CETA organization to borrow large portions of that content so that we can bring it to you in a digital format in the knowledge base. So we do want to thank our partners at Cleaner Times, and all training materials are valuable. So we highly encourage folks listening today or in the future, if you haven't seen a copy of this and you'd like to request a copy of this, there is a page here. It'll punch you right to the Cleaner Times website, and you can then also see how that book can be used as a resource for your team. Accessing knowledge always comes in a variety of formats, and it's our goal to provide all the elements of learning that we can. So now let's look at what CETA University is. As a board, we came together and we looked at all the various places that small business owners such as yourselves, technicians that are on your staff and your teams, we looked at all the areas where there's challenges in training and how to provide content. And we look to build these categories out as a representative of what's important to you as a member. So what you'll see here from the menu is a top level selection that is organized in various aspects for your business. So operations management, technical systems, logistics, regulation, all different places to help you start to narrow your search or your training mission for any new member of your team or any team member that is seeking to advance their professional development. What you'll find underneath each banner is then the categorization of what the content will look like. And again, it's all about thinking how to drill down to what's most specific to your business in a time of need, or to further your education to make your business stronger. So under operations management, you'll be able to see when you log in the various categories that exist. And I'm going to concentrate today on the technical and systems portion. We felt as a board this was the most critical piece to the day-to-day operations for our members. So we put all of our time and attention into ensuring that that category is brought to life first. And we will start to move out of that category and build the supplemental materials in the other categories in the top level menu that you see. So as I enroll technical and systems here, what you'll find is a nice intro. Oops, that's found down here. You'll find a nice intro on what's contained in the category, and this general information tab will be available under all of the main category menus. But additionally, you're going to begin to find, and I'll share some examples, we've organized to break down various manufacturers of equipment in the space. So high pressure pumps is a great example. We believe we have a comprehensive list of manufacturers of pumps who all have various nuances of keeping that equipment running, and how a technician would approach various pieces of equipment. So as you look at currently any of the blue hyperlinked items, we have content available on our site. If they're not hyperlinked yet, we have yet to build out that content. So our vision as we go forward is to continue to make this program very robust for each of you out there and every single member of CETA. So I'll choose one of the manufacturers to click on. And what you'll find when you come to any page, but in this instance, it's a manufacturer's page, we've borrowed the content from those manufacturers and put it under one roof, so that when you think about, again, your training needs, there's many ways you can access this through standard web searches. But if we put it under one umbrella, we hope there's value to each member in coming to a single source time and time again to access content. So in this case, under this manufacturer, Cat Pumps, what you'll find is a video series of different information related to high pressure pumps, or specifically a piece of equipment that manufacturer builds. And you can watch the videos directly on the CETA.org website. So you won't be punched out to YouTube or to a third-party platform to access the content. So again, keeping the user experience under one umbrella or one web page where you can access all the content that may be necessary for your team and your training needs. So as we look, we'll click on another manufacturer, Giant, and as you look at Giant, again, you'll find their content and information presented. And in this case, that one continues to be built out. So apologize for maybe not the best example, but here's a better one. Again, borrowing a lot of content that exists out there in the space to present it to our members. As you click further down, engines and heating systems would be very similar. These are the common manufacturers of equipment in the industry that your teams are servicing day in and day out. You're selling to your customers day in and day out. And as we look at different components of, in this case, electricity, this is a much different category than having one specific manufacturer. So just kind of doing a tour here to show you the different elements that will be brought to life as you can envision more categories and more content being created. It's going to be a host of very, very purposeful and specific to one particular manufacturer, or really a general overview or a deeper dive into the must-have or must-know information for your team members, whether they be new or existing, to acclimate themselves to the industry. All right, so I'm going to click back up here, and there's a few different navigational tools. So you can always come back to the home page by clicking on the CETA University button. So technical and systems, as I mentioned, that is where the large majority of the time has been invested to date. I do want to look ahead at these various categories, because we will now begin to, now that this site is publicly accessible, as long as you're in your member login portal, we will begin to now start to build out content around all of the other top menu items here. So we have put a framework that we put our heads together as a committee, and we looked at what would be important in each of the various operational categories, or leadership, relationship management, sales and marketing, just to name a few examples. And you'll see here what you can begin to look forward to or expect the site to have in the form of greater levels of content detail beyond just the technical and systems category. I should say, bear with us. We all volunteer to be on the board and serve on the committee outside of our day-to-day roles. And so, we wish we were running at a full sprint, but again, with Henry's help, we're able to move a lot faster. And as we have our hands around it, we're publicly viewable. We have a lot of the technical stuff organized for how to get this content to our platform. We believe we can continue to move quickly. And so as you come back, hopefully each time you find more and more content accessible to you as you seek to have your educational journey complete and fulfilled. So again, just a quick look. Sales and marketing will have a myriad of information, from customer relationship management tools, how to build sales processes, different strategies around compensation. And our goal is to put all that content in one place for accessibility across your teams in your office and your staff. So I will move on from the website. I think that does a pretty good overview. I encourage everybody watching today to log in as a member and under your member portal, cruise around the CETA University website. Hopefully you find that user experience both easy to navigate, but also engaging as you think about the different places that you can take the program. And now I'll return back to the presentation and my webcam so that we can just talk about what comes next. And pardon me as I navigate the screen. All right. So now the CETA University is out of the back page, and it's into the public view, and we're really excited of what's going to come next and all the hard work that's gone in. So I want to call on a couple things as we look ahead. So the login process. Currently, every CETA member has primarily one login for the business, and that's oftentimes the owner or the key member that is engaging with the organization. We have created a process so that you can start to create multiple login accesses for your technical and service teams or your sales leadership teams, so that you don't have to share those passwords with each team member unless you feel comfortable doing so. So I encourage you all, if you would like to request additional access, and we can restrict how much those other access users can see on the site, I encourage you to send an email to info@ceta.org, and in the subject, just reference CETA University login, and our team, Tracy and Debbie, they'll work with you to make sure we have the correct login information set up and sent to you so that you can create those knowledge base or technical logins for your team members. Coming soon. So I talked about, in addition, technical and systems was the primary category we felt to focus our energy and strength on. Our board is comprised primarily of members such as yourselves, and at the distributor ownership level, and that's where the passion lied, was to get that technical and systems built up first and quickly. So we'll continue to layer in content as it becomes available to us, but we're certainly going to zoom out and start to look at the entirety of organizing and running your business at the highest or most optimal level. So from operations to leadership to sales to logistics, all those key points that I'm sure those are battles that you all are aware of and you fight every day. If we can help you solve those problems, I think we're really doing our job providing value back to our member base. A call out to manufacturers. I did a cruise through a few of the sites just as an overview, but really want to reach out to the manufacturers and the base of our members to reach out to us. Many of you have a lot of content that's publicly accessible and that's easy for us to grab, but there's also a lot of content that may be valuable that you hope you can reach a larger audience with those already generated videos, white papers, or any technical stuff that's related to the equipment that again the member base is servicing day in and day out. We ask you to reach out and get in touch with myself or any member of the committee or board, and we can kind of walk you through how we set up or set in motion, pulling that content and getting it accessible to all members. We hope that, as manufacturers, reaching your audience and training is valuable to you. And if we can provide you another outlet to reach an audience to provide that education, then we're pleased to bring your programs to life on our platform here. Video sharing. So any videos out there, if you have a really good how-to video in a technical platform, or you have a really great motivational piece, or you've watched a piece of content related to digital marketing and social media, that's the type of stuff we'd love to hear more about, because we can take that content and put it on our site for all members to benefit from those experiences that you're having. If you've made videos for your business, how to for training or for customers, if you'd like to make a video, again, all hands raised are going to be met with a warm reception, so that we can really take and build the content pool out as rich as we possibly can. We recognize when we took this on that the work will never be done, because there's always new information to present, and we're okay with that. We accepted that reality from day one, and we know it's a big task, but with your support, we can grow even quicker. Volunteers. I shared with you 5 people, including Debbie and Tracy and myself and Henry, who every couple of weeks we get together remotely, and we talk about what we should do next and how we're going to accomplish it. We'd love to hear from more of you that are interested in volunteering. If education's a passion for you, even if it's not, and you just want to continue to get involved in CETA, please raise your hand, reach out to Debbie or Tracy or myself, and we'd gladly have you join that committee, because the more resources we have, that just means the greater speed at which we can move forward with. And I guess that getting involved kind of touches on both of those aspects of the volunteers, the video sharing, and certainly the manufacturers. So I'll advance here forward, as that really does it for today's presentation. I know it's short, but I encourage everybody to head out to the website and check out that knowledge base. But before we leave today, just a couple of call outs and shout outs. So this is the 3rd session in our remote Power Clean member connection series. Next week is the 4th and final virtual series, which is the never popular moment at the Power Clean show, and those are the roundtables. So the topic: best practices, sales strategies amid COVID-19. Please join us at 11 a.m. Central. If you haven't registered yet, I'm sure Tracy will be sending constant updates to make sure that you get those registration links, as she did to have you join all the previous sessions. We'd love to have a large audience there. Those roundtables are only as good as the amount of information and sharing that takes place. So the more of you that join, the greater the outcome as far as takeaways and best practices will be. Oops, I went backwards again somehow. And again, we thank the sponsors for today's session, both Hydroflex and American Pressure. Without the support of all the sponsors, it's very challenging to perform the programs that we seek to. And again, the platinum sponsors mentioned here. You've seen them on every show. The generosity in which they show and the support they give the organization allows us to keep our membership dues at a low rate, so that we can provide massive amounts of value to the members. And then lastly, but not least, we missed you all in person this year at the Power Clean show, which would have been a few weeks ago. Next year, we're hoping for that bit of return to normalcy. And then for us, for our industry, that normalcy will be a great Power Clean show, which will be held in Louisiana at the Hyatt Regency. And I think those dates are listed there, the early portion of September. But we hope to see you all back in person, and we'll continue to share all the great stuff with you then that we're doing as a board to support you as a member and your needs in the community and the organization. All right, I thank everybody for joining today, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your day and a great week. Thank you all.
Able to end the webinar.